My name's Aaron. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic. I'm doing really well. And today I'm reviewing Armani Ambre Eccentrico Eau de Parfum. This is £165 for 50ml. A seductive combination of sweet and spicy notes, combining spicy amber accord with a cinnamon bark essence. Giorgio Armani presents Ambre Eccentrico, a unisex fragrance that makes up part of the Armani Privé collection. The scent's sophisticated details are reflected in the formulation of a sleek flagon, making it equally alluring addition to any man or woman bathroom cabinet. So never keep a fragrance in the bathroom. I don't even know why that was in there. I'm going to say that. Keep your fragrances in how you would store a fine wine. You should keep it dark, dry, cool. Think of it as a wine. If you want to go crazy and get a little temperature controlled fridge, like a little drinks thing, a wine cooling thing, and keep your fragrances in that. Keep it out of heat. Heat and sunlight damages fragrance. Absolutely don't put it in the bathroom. You know, keep it upright. If you look after your fragrances, they'll last forever and ever. Cool, dark. You know, if you really want to go crazy, play them some classical music. Anyway, this is an Eau de Parfum. It's spicy sweet, and the fragrance notes are amber accords, cinnamon bark, prunol. I see. Do we have a brick box of Armani Privé Ambre Eccentrico? Are we engaged with our higher self? Let's get testing. Gosh, prunol. I do like the little presentation, the little box. This design is synonymous with Armani. This is plastic. I'd love to see this as a stone or something. So ambers are very interesting classification of fragrance, and they are generally vanillin, ethyl vanillin, coumarin, ethyl maltol, not always whipping through the base, based upon sort of like wood raw materials and some nice naturals to sort of give elevation and make it smell natural. Let's see what's going on. I'm expecting this to be excellent perfumery. I'm expecting this to be corporate perfumery. I'm expecting this to be in keeping with the other two that I've reviewed, like excellent perfumery, but devoid of heart, devoid of soul, which is fine. That's kind of what I'm expecting, but I'm expecting long-lasting. This is £165, long-lasting, projecting, and just a great scent. Let's see if I'm right. I love this. Tell it straight away. This is absolutely my style of perfumery. Strong. This is super strong. You can smell the heliotropin and coumarin. That is the core of this. It's got that almond, tonkery. Coumarin can smell, I think, with other raw materials, a little bit appley. It's got that sort of appley thing to it. That's what I think, but you have to mix it with other things. It's nice, sweet, dry sweet, monstrous. This is not going to come off my skin. Ethyl vanillin at the top end of the formulation to give a nice creamy feel. Vanillin at the bottom to help give you could classify this as a vanilla pod if you particularly want to. It's been assimilated really well, and Broxin helps to dry it out and give it a further ambery feel. Interestingly, not based upon Hedione or Isosuper. It is devoid of either, and they are using as they musks to help to bridge everything to. It has an apple note to it, and the apple note is a musk called Hannibalide, which sounds like Hannibal Lecter, one of my favourite films. And Hannibalide does smell clean linen and has a slight apple note to it, and that's what I'm detecting with the coumarin and heliotropin. And there is a massive problem with Hannibalide at the moment. So Hannibalide is made by Firmenich, and it's a brilliant musk. It's liquid at room temperature, slightly green. And I've been told from different suppliers that there is a shortage, and I don't know why there's a shortage. And I contacted Firmenich and they didn't even bother replying, and the suppliers cannot tell me when we'll be getting more stock. And I managed to buy 20 kilograms, and I'm sort of, because that's all I could get, and they said that may be it, which is a problem. And I bet you when they come back in, I don't know why there is, it may have gone up in price, kind of whatever, and there is a shortage of everything to do with perfumery at the moment, and everything's going up in price. Alcohol's gone up £400 a ton. Hannibalide has been, they're kind of like, we don't know when we're getting any. And that may be because of a precursor chemical or something that's used to make the molecule. but it's a glorious raw material to work with, and I really hope Firmenich managed to sort this out. And I'd love Firmenich to reach out to me and tell me when this problem's going to be solved, because Hannibalide is a specific smell, and it does a specific thing. It makes things smell modern. Helps things give an appley feel. It can be quite light. It also works with men's fragrances. It's really, really indispensable. And but you can't substitute it. So with Galaxolide, you can sort of substitute it with ethylene brush, like not really, but it's sort of, you can sort of figure out around it. Helvetolide, you can substitute with other musk as well. Arbanilide, you can't. There incurs the problem of what you do when there's this drama within perfumery, and you kind of think, what on earth do I do? I asked 3 companies, and I managed to buy bits of each. And as I said, what do I do? And what do these companies that are producing fragrances where they're making tons of it and they need tons of Hannibalide, what do they do? And that goes in 3 or 4 different formulations. And they say they're going to have to reformulate if it's discontinued. And I tell you now, that's going to create problems within the fragrance world. I don't know quite how to deal with that, to be honest. I'm waiting for somebody to contact me, and when I finish these reviews, I'll go back and I'll phone up the companies and I'll say, if you managed to hear anything, but Firmenich isn't getting back to them either. So I think this is a question coming from lots of people. And what they said to me was, to give you some background information, that they have favorite companies, which obviously the buyer at company X has worked at Firmenich or knows someone at Firmenich, and they give them number 1 supply. And then number 2 is another company which buys X amount, and and it trickles all the way down to smaller companies like mine, which they don't know who I am, and they don't really care, and they don't answer your emails and don't answer your phone calls and nothing, and you're left to thinking, what do I do? Which is kind of like a problem. But they said of those companies, they will favour them, and it's all good, and they got a favourite thing. Anyway, onto this. I love this. This has got this C14. It's got a peachy, coconutty feel with the coumarin, the vanillin, the ethyl vanillin, the heliotropin. All of that is the core. What you're smelling is just glorious, beautiful. Leather-like raw materials combined with sort of benzoyl raw materials finishes this fragrance off, and linalool raw materials to help sort of give it a little bit more elevation through the formulation. Patchouli, vetiver, orange. Patchouli makes it smell dark, glorious, works beautifully with ambers. And then the vetiver helps to sort of give it sort of green, luscious sort of feel. And then the orange helps to give the elevation through the formulation. Onto my final thoughts. I love it. Of all the ones I've tested, this is the one I'm most sort of geared towards, and it's because it's dark, it's sweet, it is a robust, dominant fragrance. This has been built expertly. So I go through my marks of view. It's delicious, safe, legal, compliant, brilliant professional house, so expect nothing less. At value for money, I think it's, top end. If you love Naxos, you're going to love this one. So perhaps if you're looking for something else to wear, this is heavier though, more intense, robust, strong, just so strong. Do you love it? I love it. I kind of don't care if there's no heart and soul in it, because I love it, and I absolutely would wear this one. It's just really gorgeous. Totally my style of perfumery. So if we have the same sort of taste, you will love this, and I would go and trying a sample or going and trying it, and as I always say, spray it on, leave the store, go and have a coffee, smell the dry down, smell it a couple of hours later, and then go back the next day or the afternoon to buy it, because it's expensive stuff. I'm gonna mark it a 10. I think it's absolutely beautiful, absolutely love it, really inspiring gorgeousness. I love the vanilla aspect to it, the sort of coconutty peach aspect to it, just really masterfully constructed. Definitely autumn or winter. All demographics. I think if you love that sort of ambery finish to it, you love it. I think this would make a great date fragrance, or sort of socializing, or I imagine a Christmas party sort of thing, that sort of thing. Or if you just love darker fragrances. I think it's a little bit too heavy for the summer, but I would kind of totally wear this in the summer, because I love this sort of style of perfumery. So I hope you love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands and lots of fragrance views. Hope you stay safe and well. See you soon.